What's the best Bill Belichick draft day story or most memorable that you have from your time in New England?
Oh, man. He's still family. I don't know if I can share that, man.
Your most shareable. How about that? Your most shareable that we would think was cool.
Shareable.
Yeah.
There was a year that we were going to, I'll just say that we were talking about drafting an offensive lineman. Sometimes Bill's he's far funnier than people believe. There were times where he would be hard line about something, but it was either a test or he would be doing it in a joking way for the humor element. And I remember we were in this meeting and we were talking about Logan Mankins, and Bill, I think for theater, which he doesn't do often, but he was being very funny about it because I knew he loved Logan Mankins too, and we had the 32nd pick that year in the draft. And there were a number of other players that, we were hoping were going to be at 32. And he had said in a meeting previously in front of some of the scouts, and again, I think he did it somewhat for theater because he knew that I loved fat linemen too much, offensive and defensive linemen, and he was a skilled position guy. And he had said in this meeting, he says, I don't care if that effing guy is John Hanna. We ain't taking a guard in the first round. And he was. I knew he didn't mean it, and all the people in the meeting, there were people that were sitting there like, oh, my gosh. And sure enough, days later, we're in the first round of the draft. The couple of guys that we have that we would take ahead of Logan Mankins, I mean, the board's picked cleaner than a 2-day-old turkey after Thanksgiving, and there is Logan Mankins staring us in the face. And I wanted Logan so bad. And deep down inside, I know Bill did. And Bill just smiled at me and was like, F you, put the card in. And it was one of those moments because there were people in the draft room that had been in that other meeting. And I know Bill wanted Logan Mankins too, just as much as I did. But it was a funny moment because I think, again, the theater of the day before or the 2 days before, there were a couple of scouts like, oh, my gosh, if we're going to take Logan Mankins, Bill's going to be pissed. It was actually a very funny moment the way it unfolded.
That's a great story. If that's like the 9th story in the rankings of good, that's still a great story. I can't imagine the ones you can't tell, Scott.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.